Eat. Okay, we're back later. 6:30, which is perfect time. No sun on the car, right? Or there's sun out, right? But it's not like directly on the car. So we will. Whoa. We are going to set this up. So nothing special. So MTM foam cannon. Right. We all know, or for all my people who know who that is, what that is, not who that is. We're doing about I want to say about 4 ounces. Actually, you know what? Hold on. We'll just do this, because this is about as much as I add when I do this real quick. Hold on. I'm doing this with one hand. Hold on. Don't let go, Jack. Don't let go. Okay. So about, right, this is a standard MTM foam cannon, but I got about that much in there. Warm water for the rest. Skipping the wheels today. The wheels are coated, so it's not like a concern. Water usually knocks it out, and I don't drive the car nearly enough. And then we're gonna fill the pad. When I set the buckets up, I'll show you how we do it. But then I'm gonna set the pad up with which is the microfiber Madness Incredimate, I believe it's called. We're gonna lay a layer of the citrus wash down and fill the rest up with water, and then we'll show you. I mean, it's a standard wash process, but I'll show you guys how we do it and talk you through some of the key points that I like to address when we're doing a decon and kind of what I'm thinking and get you guys in that mindset. So yeah, let's fill this up, let's set it up, and then we'll talk more. Okay, right, so water, and this will be the soap bucket. So what we're gonna do is literally layer soap onto the mitt and then add additional into that designated bucket to add again a layer of lubricity, because that's the name of the game. And right, so you want to, right, so the citrus Decon wash, you don't have to use this one specifically. I don't know if there's any other ones on the market, but the idea with an actual acidic wash is it's going to remove the surface layer of like a rust. I don't think that'll remove a ceramic. It'll make it weaker. I don't know if it'll fully remove it, right? But then when you're actually compounding and polishing, that's going to just demolish anything that's on the car. But that's going to help you as much as you can, as much as a soap could. I don't know if there's better on the market, but that's what we're doing. So that's the idea with that. So we are going to get water in that, rinse the car down. And the reason why, right, because a lot of people are like, oh, I foam the car first before even rinsing it. Like, I don't add water, I just foam it right away. To me, that doesn't make sense. I mean, sure, the soap will last longer on the car, but water, right, like a spray pattern of water would get a lot of the loose dirt off. And yeah, I don't know, like you don't go in the shower and, you know, like before you turn the shower on, put soap in your hair, right, or rub soap on your body, right? Don't be stupid. Right, so you can see how thick it's coming down. This has always been a thicker, more acidic style shampoo. So we're gonna let this sit. So literally, right, sun is there. There's no, usually we have a tent going up, but like we're still that weird time in New York where you don't know if it's like full-fledged in the season. But ideally we'll let this sit now for 3 to 5 minutes, right, until you see like all this like stop really rolling off. I think you guys see me wash the car before, but like Right, so the remainder of the, is that gonna focus? The remainder of that fluid is gonna go in the soap bucket, as well as a more additional, like an ounce or two onto the pad. And you're gonna wash top down, right? And you're gonna see how the water runs off now that the wax or whatever was on this car, which wasn't anything special. Just like you could see the difference of how a non-coated car, how the water reacts and how it rolls off. So we'll let this sit for a little more. Car's not super dirty. Garage kept, it's usually washed every weekend, so like I'm not gonna be too, but ideally, right, it's top to bottom, one side at a time. You don't want to come back up after you hit the bottom. You'll flip the pad, and when you run out of sides, you go back into the wash bucket with the grit guard, kind of scrub it down, then back into the soap bucket onto the car. So that's going to be the process. I'll show it like once or twice. I'm not going to show the whole car because it gets pretty repetitive, but we'll let this sit a little more, and then we'll get to the washing process. So wash. So this is where you kind of want to be, right? You see how it's like starting to separate, and it's not really like, this is still moving fast, but you can see how like the rest of it is all pretty standstill. This is ideally the state you would be in, and then this is why you want to be directly out of the sun, because this would literally be drying up right now, which is why I like to wash at night or with like a canopy overhead. And now we're gonna start attacking it with the mitts. All right, it's like a terrible angle, right? But for the sake of the video, right? So soap bucket, right? You're gonna run it in here, right? Top to bottom. So up here, I'll probably hit half of the top, right? We'll come down, all right? So once we get to about here, right? Handle's like halfway done. Now I'm gonna split it, right? We're gonna come back down here. Right, hit this. And now with the door, with these harder parts, I like to split it in half, because this is a hard part of the car where rocks kick up and everything. So half of the door, right? We're coming down, down, down. And once we get here, that's it. Both sides are done. We're going back to the rinse bucket against the grit guard, like vigorously, right? And like I said, this car's not extremely dirty, so I'm not going crazy. Then back in the soap bucket and where you left off. Right, so down. I remember always straight lines too. Straight lines come out easier than swirls, flip sides. And now back in here. And so on and so forth with the rest of the car. Really quick, guys, just want to show you. So you see, right, you see the water, right? You see how it's kind of like, holding on to the surface and not really breaking much. So the wheel, right, so you see how it's not, so the wheels are ceramic coated. So I don't know if this will show, but you can see how the water, you see how it doesn't want to like, you see how it's like falling off and like beating, right? And then here, it's just like, it's just sheeting, right? Now there's water on the lens. But that's one of the differences in that area. So normally I would blow dry the car, like with a leaf blower, but I'm gonna, for the sake of time and the fact that it's going under the knife with like machines and everything, I'm going to towel dry it. I mean, you don't really, ideally I would push dry it, but with water that's on the car and it not beating, it's just gonna like attach itself to the car and really pull itself. So it's gonna take that much longer. So, oh my God, there's so much water on this lens now. Okay, so yeah, towel dry, bring it inside, inspect it, and then that'll probably cap it for tonight's video. Okay. She's in. Right, so like that was the idea. Right, boom. It's a little close here, but that's fine. We can move it up. Boom. Chair's not gonna be in the way. So like that's the, actually I might fix it off camera. But that's the idea. And then up here obviously we have room. So yes, she's in. So now tomorrow, so now I mean another thing with that soap too is really let it dry. I mean, don't let it dry. Really rinse down. You do not want that stuff drying on your paint. Wiped it down off camera. And yeah, tomorrow we assess. So like it's not, right? Like you won't be able to see. Like it's not the worst. It's not the best, right? I mean, I'll alter with the, I found my Jesus light over there too. We'll alter with it tomorrow. It's not a big deal. It's not under optimal lighting, but that's day 1 done. Step 1's not done. Tomorrow we clay and possibly iron remove. I don't think it needs it. It's pretty smooth. But we'll see. I mean, just to be on the safe side, we shall see. But day 1 done. Tomorrow starts the second process of the first step. So we'll pick it up in the morning. Hello. It's gloomy. It's raining. It's New York. So, paint assessment. So we already started the car. The half of the passenger side is done. Not as bad as I thought. After like full decon, we didn't end up claying. The only thing we did was a test spot, and I kind of ran with it. I was kind of like in that groove. So we ended up going with a single stage. We're doing the Rupes yellow pad with perfect finish. And the reason I chose that now is because the car, so I did a test spot with 205 or 105? 105, which is the compound, and a cutting pad. And then I used a foam orange pad with 105. Again with the compound. It took everything out, but the Sonax perfect, and then I tried the Sonax perfect finish with the Rupes yellow pad, and it just required more passing. So all these compounds, anything with a machine is an abrasive action. So the approach on this is a lot different than a newer car. It's not like, oh, you know, we'll cut the clear coat because this is almost 30 years old. We're not looking for perfection. If I was looking for perfection, I would have got a new car with new paint. On camera, I'm sure it's gonna look great. But Sonax with the yellow pad is the least aggressive. We're doing 4, sometimes 5 passes on areas that are like nicks, or just like rub marks from either myself or someone getting in the car. So we're just kind of running with it. So right now, this side had been done. So you can kind of, right, let's open this. Right, so you can kind of, wow, this is really a hard color to catch. But pretty much, geez. This is a hard color to catch. But you can see the, also my flashlight is dying, but let me see if I can get this. That's really not going to focus, huh? Anyway, but like it's the flashlight's dying. Okay. As opposed to like if I darken it. Okay, this is an impossible color to get. If I find a better angle, I mean, it's gonna be hard because, like I said, the paint is not like the worst. It's not like 100% like, it's not like, oh my god, runaway type of paint. But it's black or dark, It's a dark blue pearl, so like in the sun it looks the lighter swirling is like, it's mind-boggling. Now it's a lot cleaner than most cars on the road, given how some cars are just driving around, right? But like when you have a niche for this stuff and you have an eye for it, the smallest stuff pisses you off. So we are getting good. So yeah, so we hit the door, the rear quarter, we have the front left fender still to hit, and then actually the rest of the car. But I ran with this side going all the way through the well, passenger, but let's just say front left for now. I think that's it. Oh, also going over paint assessment, we saw this as well, which is why I hate taking the car out in public. Can you guys see that? So right there, boom, it's a big ass. Right, I mean, I guess it's a trade-off for driving the car. I'm not gonna keep it in, you know, like I didn't get this car to not drive it, but stuff like that just pisses me off because people just love to, and when I take the car out, I don't baby it, I don't watch it 24/7. Like I'll look at it to make sure if someone asks me, and if I see someone staring, I don't know, but just people love to get too close and touch shit. So it is what it is. Hopefully that'll come. I'm sure that will come out. Doesn't look too rough. It looks like a scuff mark. But yeah, main takeaway from this is the paint is, I guess, super soft. I don't know if other Nissan or other Skyline owners are discovering that, but I'm doing my best to preserve this color because, like I said, there's people in this field that are like, we have to get perfection, and like, I don't know, if it's a newer car, sure, but cars of this caliber, it's not necessarily the route you want to go. And I'm trying my best to preserve the original finish. This has not been resprayed. This has not been sprayed. It's original dark blue pearl. And for anybody that knows that, it's a big deal. They only made like 400 or 500 of these colors worldwide. So it's important that I try to preserve as much as I can. And at the risk of perfection, I'm willing to gamble that it's not worth it to me. Original is everything. But yes, maybe I'll show you guys how I'm doing the passes, but it's not, I don't want to keep the camera rolling because this is going to be an impossible. If I had somebody here with me, it'd be awesome, but maybe I'll throw it down. I'll show you a few passes here and there. But other than that, it's moving really good. It's Saturday, so tomorrow's supposed to rain as well. Sunday, we're looking for a Monday shoot, or Monday take the car out and kind of have fun with it. So if I can gather the energy to finish this all today, or tomorrow morning, and then Sunday night lay down. I decided we're going with Power Lock and Collinite. So we're doing a synthetic sealant, or a polymer sealant, some people know it as, and a wax. Reason being is because paint is soft. I don't know how much clear is on it, and I don't want to, and I'm not going for perfection, so I don't want to throw a ceramic on it and then like in the future I'm like, oh shit, I missed something, because I don't have the best lights in here, but it's what I got, and I don't want to throw something on it like, oh man, I missed some spots, because the wax and the sealant will come off easier than a ceramic would. Also, ceramic to me, it looks fake. It looks very synthetic. I don't like the finish it leaves on the car. And ask any real or anybody who's been doing this for years, the wax on cars as opposed to like a synthetic. Even the Power Lock gives it like a kind of fake finish. But wax, I mean, although it's in terms of durability, not the longest, it gives it the best look because it's the most natural ingredient or material that you can use on a paint finish. So, but like I said, the car's not driven often, so we're just gonna seal it, wax it, and move forward with it. And then I hit up Terra Firma, I think that's what they're called, GTR, about the trims, to just get them redone. The back one's fine. It's more so these, right? These little, right, like the faded right? You can kind of see like that area is kind of shot. But that is what I was talking about, like not worrying about covering it up, because it's getting replaced anyway. So, and you can also see, can we see that? Yeah, so you see the adhesion on the, so the rear tint is pretty much removed, but we're gonna go in there after this is all done and kind of like spray a layer and away with it. We did really good with that, actually. We saved the rear defroster, which is very hard to do, but I took my time with it. It took 3 days with it, actually, exactly. So, but yes, I'm rambling now. So I did half the car, picked up the camera. I think I'm gonna take a rest right now. I'm gonna kind of dust out the pad and then get some food and then come back down here and knock some stuff out. So yeah, just a quick update, let you guys know where we're at with it, and we will check in if I run into like a weird problem or just something that's like, oh, I want you guys to see this. So stay tuned. This is by far the hardest color I can catch on camera. You kind of saw like that's the there was a little bit of swirling. Like I said, it's not like the car was in amazing shape when I got it. Not amazing, but a lot better than most GTRs you bring in. But yeah, so that's what we're fighting against, and we are going to put this down and show you how much I'm applying, how many passes I'm doing, to like physically show you guys how I'm getting it done. So I'm on speed 4. And of course, brand new towel. I'll flip it every now and then. Yeah, so that's how we're doing that. Nothing fancy. We're doing like 4 or 5 passes, and now I'm gonna go back in and re-inspect. But yeah, that's, I mean, there's usually 1 or 2 marks that I'll re-go over, but I'll usually overlap it. But yeah, that's how we're doing it. Stay tuned. Okay, so that scratch that was over here. Whoa. You still see it? Hold on. It's still like faintly there. Kind of. Oh, you can't really see it. Like right there. It's still like kind of there. I'm gonna re-hit that spot because the bulk of it came out, but I'm gonna re-hit it So we're almost there. I don't know what time it is. Everything's closed up in the garage, but almost. We'll show you guys the finished project. Okay, 8:30. I'm done. I'm not done, but polished to my spec. Just wiped down with IPA 2 towels. Just to make sure there wasn't like any major spots that I missed. And yeah, so we're gonna let this sit overnight. We are gonna tackle it back in the morning. If we have to IPA wipe it. So tomorrow we're gonna wake up before we go to the gym. We're gonna put a power lock on it, let it sit as long as I can. Come back, wipe it off, and then we are going to wax it. But it looks great. So this is IPA bare. I mean, like, just no finish. Not a finish. What's the word I'm looking? No, nothing on it. So it looks right. There's some harsh lighting in here, but looks great. Looks good. Looks good. Looks great. All right. I mean, there's some streaks on it from the back end. Side shot overview. Okay. So that's it. It's kind of hard to play with the camera in here. It's been raining all day, so it's gonna rain tomorrow, right? But we will be back in here tomorrow. Happy I got the bulk of it done. Good stuff. I'm tired. I'm excited to show you. I'm excited to get it out in the sun and show you guys, because in here it's like the lighting is like, you know, so. But anyway, I'm rambling. We're closing it here. We'll pick up tomorrow and show you guys how it's not hard, the sealant process, but just lay a nice thin layer down, let it sit, remove, and that's it. So I'll pick up in the morning. Okay guys, we are in here and it looks great. Alright, so we're just waiting for so this is just car power lock, right? We're just waiting for all of it to haze over. All right, so we have, right, it's a great, right, so it says all right, so it's super hazy now, but yeah, so we're gonna give this about hour, half an hour. It says half an hour, but give it about an hour. I am gonna coat it twice, just one layer on top of this to ensure I didn't miss any spots, and then we are going to coat it with wax. But as you can see, is it still raining? Boom. So miserable out. It's all good though. I'm enjoying the downtime more than that looks good. Let it haze over, buff it off, and I think that's it. We're gonna do the same thing for wax. We're gonna do one more layer here, same thing for wax, and I will show you finished products, the finished product, whatever you want to call it. I do want to take it out and show you guys, but it doesn't look like, because tomorrow we're supposed to take it out too, maybe shoot photos, but it's looking like a dub tomorrow too, because they changed the weather to raining. Shit. So yeah, so bulk of it's done. We're just gonna wax it, And that's it. So I'll probably show you finished product in the garage, and follow my IG to see like final photos, and we will cap that video here. So yeah, I mean, if you guys enjoyed this style, right, it's a lot. This was a ton longer than normal, but yeah, if you enjoy this style, it's cool, it's fun. It's a lot easier to do than it would be a lot easier. Sorry, I just realized I forgot the mirrors. It would be a ton easier if I had somebody helping me. That's all right. So, like I said, take advantage of the downtime. And that is it. So, I will show you guys the finished picture. That's good, guys. That's good. We've been letting it sit for a long amount of time. It's time to wipe it off and give you guys the finished car. Okay, guys. She is officially done. This is such a hard car to catch on camera. Well, guys, that's it. Wax is on, taken off. Only thing that sucks about this one wax is I know tomorrow, when I take it out, was supposed to take it out today, but I know tomorrow when I take it out, there's gonna be like that, like the white residue. I'm sure I didn't get all of it off, but that is okay. But this is officially done. We are marking this one down for the books. Long process. Well worth it though. I can honestly say this is one of the cleanest GTRs I've seen around, at least in New York. Some of them are pretty beat up, and more so most original too. Like I said, not resprayed, not tinkered with. Like look, even here, right, it's a chip. I'm sure I'll fix it eventually, just for rust purposes, but this car is far from, whoa, right, look at that paint bubble. Oop. Right there, paint bubble. So far from perfect. Definitely not perfect, but like I said at the beginning of the video, if I wanted perfect, I would not have gotten a 30-year-old car from overseas. So it is what it is, guys. We're gonna cap it here. It's long. If you guys have questions, ask me, drop a comment or message me privately. I'm not gonna say no to anything. Like I said, this is not the only way to do it. This is the way I do it. The good news about this stuff is very there's a lot of versatility in this field. It's not one size fits all. And we just got really lucky with this one. Not really lucky, but we found a good one, and it paid off. So, like I said, any questions, leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to leave in the description exactly what I used. And just let me know. Yeah, any questions, let me know. Hit me up. Anything about the car. Drop a like if you like this video. And we will see you guys in the next one.